I want you to hear from somebody today that's had a hard time, but he knows Christ is worth it. Would you welcome this morning Rick Goddard as Rick comes up? Rick, we're having 52 testimonies, and today God led you to be here. Mm-hmm. We've been friends for a long time.
Long time.
Tell a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Rick Goddard. Been attending MCC, my wife and I, about 20 years. I work for a company called Stairs Corporation, where I'm an IT director.
And you've had some struggles.
I have, yeah.
Tell a little bit about, it's been a good portion of your life.
Yeah, for the last 30 years, I've struggled with depression and anxiety disorders. I just want to make sure people understand, I'm not talking about having a bad day. I'm talking about a medical condition where you've got a chemical imbalance in your brain, and it affects the way your mind works and the way you think, the way you reason.
It's hard for a lot of people to understand if we've not been in it. I think that's a good clarity you just made. What are the symptoms and how do they affect you?
Yeah, it's tough. It's a day-to-day battle. There's days when you wake up that you have no drive, you have no ambition, you don't want to go to work, you don't want to face the day. Times where being able to think through things and situations and problems is hard to do because your mind doesn't reason correctly. There's times when you feel a sense of dread, a sense of hopelessness. You just have all of these challenges in the way your mind works and the way you think. There's times when it's hard to focus, and it's times when it's difficult to concentrate on things, and it affects your sleep. There's times when you wake up just in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep.
What's some ways you've dealt with this over the years?
The typical treatment is medication. I've tried them all. Prozac, Effexor, Paxil, Celexa, Vibrid, Trintellix, all of them. Were the treatments, did they help? The medication works, but it's usually for a season. You reach a point in time where it just becomes ineffective and you've got to change. It's largely about finding the right one that works for you. And with all of them, there's some form of side effect.
You've been in ministries in the middle of all that and the ups and downs. You've stayed in a ministry of serving other people. Tell us about that.
Yep, I've been a community group leader now for, I think, about 20 years almost. The first group I went to was yours, and then you found a way to bail and turn it over to me. So that's kind of how I got started.
We call that multiplying.
Multiplying, yeah. Been a discipleship group leader, mission trip, helped get a computer ministry started here at the church. But probably the most important ministry I have is being your 24/7 help desk person that you can call anytime.
Yeah, you've literally saved us thousands of dollars and a lot of missteps, and been very good to this church. How do you balance dealing with a disease? And we use that word very specifically. It's not a bad day. How do you deal with a disease and having somewhat of a successful life?
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's a day-to-day thing. I think the most important thing to me is my walk with the Lord. Being able to lean on Him, to turn to Him, to have Him give me the strength I need on a day-to-day basis. Getting into His Word, praying, being grounded, having a wife that supports me all the time. Getting involved in different ways of being supported through the church, through C groups and D groups. The D group has been probably the most important thing to me so far in terms of those types of ministries, because the intimacy, the closeness I've been able to build with the guys that I've been with has been really powerful for me.
And for those that are new, a D group is men with men and or women with women to go deeper in the faith. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add about your walk with Christ?
Yeah, I would say this, what I deal with is a medical condition, but it doesn't have to cripple you. In light of where I've been, the Lord has blessed me tremendously in my job and other things, and I can do it because He gives me strength. we're talking about the resurrected Christ today, and I think of the song by Jeremy Camp, "The Same Power That Raised Jesus from the Dead." It lives in me, and it's what keeps me through and keeps me going day by day. And if you're out there struggling with the same thing, he can make a difference for you too.
Would you thank Rick for being here? Thank you.